We've got these gorgeous bases ready to go here. And if you didn't watch the prelude video, then it is Sunnyside number 367 with white water marbling over top. Not water marbling, with white alcohol inks over top. Much easier than water marbling. You could do the same thing with some stamping, but I did it with just the gel polish. And we've got a couple of plates for Plate of the Month this month. As always, we have PMC-58, this gorgeous little, I don't know, it looks like a day in the park with these butterflies and dragonflies and some cute little birds and just flowers and I don't know, just swirly and really pretty, very summery. And then another one, a floral also, PMC-53, with just some gorgeous, I guess I would call them daisies or one-eyed Susans, or there's a few different flowers that these could be, but dragonfly and some clouds and of course a butterfly, some swirls. Let's keep it pretty. So let's do a couple of looks with these guys. I'm gonna start with this one. Don't forget we've got our clear spec sheets now that'll show you size and such when you're planning your manicure. You take a look and decide what's going to fit where. And then of course in the back of your spec sheet, there's a little how-to for the ones that are a little bit more complicated. I don't think there's really any complicated ones on this plate. It's basically 1, 2. There might be a couple that are 1, 2, 3. We will jump in here and start creating a look. Now I don't have a plan set out for this look, so we are going to do this on the fly. Let's see the creative process or the lack thereof, depending on the day. There we go. So let's start off with, I'm gonna pull off a couple of these pops here. I like to just kind of go every other one to give myself some room for the stamping here. And I'm going to start off with doing this guy as a background on one of these. And I want it to just be subtle and kind of fade into the background, not jump off too much, because I want to put, I don't know, a flower or butterfly, something over top as well. Just give that kind of layered, building up the layers of a look. So let's use number 93, which is basically a sheer white. We're going to use it as our flower backgrounds. All right, so our 93, we've got our scraper ready to go. Always have your stuff ready to go. Know where your stamper is, know where your scraper is, because once you start taking off the polish, it starts to dry. Scrape and a light roll over top. Now when I go to my nail, I'm going to stay to one side or the other so that when I come to do my second layer, I'm not scrambling trying to figure out placement. Okay. Now this is going to be hopefully not too hard to see through the lens here, because we are just doing the color on color. And now I need a white. So let's go with, where's my number 34? Let's go something with a little bit of shimmer. Angelic white here. You could just go with a flat white as well. Either way, let's see what this looks like. Stamper's ready to go. Okay, so I've got a couple in the center here that I know are those two right there. So that's what I'm going to aim for, especially when things are very color on color. It's not going to matter too much because it is just going to be our backdrop if we don't get everything completely perfect, but that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That'll make a nice backdrop. Now, if you wanted to, you could come along with a top coat and go ahead and top coat that so that when you come with your next layer, you don't possibly mess it up or do something you want to change and have to go all the way back to the start. It just is a little bit of a, I guess, a trick to save yourself some time. Okay, so what are we inspired to put on top of this? I think I'm inspired to put a larger flower, and let's go with some color too. Let's go even richer. Let's go with this guy. 136. And I'm going to do this larger flower up here. Now they have a larger petal and then the inside and then the outline. So let's start with our darkest color. Straight backwards. Pick that up. And let's put that right. That's my orientation here. Let's keep it straight on so that we're not messing around trying to figure out line up. And then a little bit softer. I'm going to stay kind of in the oranges here. Tone on tone. That should be enough contrast, I think, to see that center. Clean up these extra images that I don't want. Now, if those won't come off with the side of your scraper, then use your sticky pad. Okay, this guy's just going to go in the center. It doesn't really matter where. Not a lot of contrast on that guy. Let's take something a little bit lighter and do it again. I'm not going to worry about cleaning that off because we've already got one image down there. Give it a couple of wipes. That one picked up pretty much all on its own. Very little cleanup. That's always a bonus. Okay, and that guy over there. All right, let's pop this guy. There we go. It's a bit more contrasty. And now we have to decide what we want to do for outline. Do we want to do, on the card here, it's like a kind of a dark burgundy or a dark orange. So either that would be really pretty, or I always seem to be drawn to gold. But you know what? Because we've got a yellow background, let's not go gold. Let's go with the dark burgundy. Let's grab one of them. Let's try. Do we want to do a flat? Let's do a flat. 160. You could go to a shimmery outline too, but they're a little bit more difficult to pick up. So let's go 160 and see if we like it. We'll lift it up, hold it over top before we commit and see if we like it. Be ready to pick that up right away. Clean up any extra bits we don't want on our mani. Line things up. And give a little push. Transfer that over. Oh my goodness, so cute. Okay, love it. One nail down. So these other ones, let's do combinations of either birds or butterflies, something with wings, and some flowers. Tie everything together. We'll stay in the same kind of color. I love the colors that our designer Carly used on the little card. So we're going to use those as our inspiration. Now let's decide what to put on this next nail. Let's go with a similar flower down here, maybe a little bit different color. We'll pop that guy right there. Oh, am I in frame here? Let's make sure we're in frame. Okay. There, we'll pop that little guy down there, that little orange one. And then maybe put, what do we like? He's facing the wrong way in my mind. Yeah, let's go with that little butterfly / dragonfly. Is he a dragonfly? Yeah, I guess he could go either way. He doesn't have a very long body. No, it's definitely a dragonfly. I've decided we're calling that guy dragonfly. Okay, so we're gonna do that guy and that guy on this now. Okay, now let's find him on the plate. The direction, that's this guy down here. And then where's this guy right here? Okay, and is he 2 layers? Where's his colors? Yes, he is 2 layers as well, those guys. And then the outline. Okay, what do we want to do for colors? I feel like I want to do a dragonfly in like the teals, and I'm feeling the flower maybe, I don't know, maybe matching, or let's go maybe a little lighter. Let's go kind of in the pinks. Let's use the same pink we used in the center here. So which guy was that? That was 86, nope, definitely not 86. I'm gonna say 162. Either will work. So that's gonna be our main color. Pick that guy up. And we'll pop him. I'm just gonna go straight from here, straight to the nail. That way I know that things will line up. If I want to change the orientation of this, turn the plate. So if you want that flower to actually be like that on the nail, turn the plate. That way you can go straight from the plate, straight to the nail, and you know you don't have to wiggle around and try and figure out how it goes together. Okay, so to keep some consistency here and congruency through the manicure, let's use the darker color 136, a kind of orangey color, as our center. So we basically just flipped those colors. Barely touch, and give that light roll when you go to pick up an image. Experiment with that a little tiny bit if you're struggling to lift things. People hear me say light touch, and then when they finally get to sit with me and have a demo or have a little lesson, they go, oh, wow, that really is light. So yeah, really super light. Basically, the weight of that stamper is the way Carrie, one of my lead educators, describes it, and I think it's a perfect way to describe it. And then you get all the teeny tiny details lifted at once. Okay, so should be able to come straight to the nail. You know what, now that I'm looking at this, teeny tiny little void, almost a void in this swirl, I don't want that. So I'm gonna blot that off on my sticky pad. Give the plate a little wipe, because those are such teeny tiny little lines. You gotta give that a wipe before you go again. Some of that polish could easily have completely dried really quickly and prevent your next attempt from working as well. So make sure it was dry before I put that in there from cleaning it. Okay, and I'm gonna give it a scrape and a lift right at the same time. There, that's much better. Much better. This little guy wouldn't lift up. Probably doesn't matter, but use this side of that sticky pad. And then come give that a push. Lay it over top. Oh, I like the flipped. Stays consistent, but it's a little different. Okay. So let's do our cute little dragonfly, and I want to do him in the teals. And we'll start with the darker one. Scrape and left. Oh, I left out. Didn't pick up anything extra. All right, I'm gonna go straight onto here. A bit lighter. Oh, that was number 97, by the way. And now we're gonna use number 69. And he's gonna be our lighter color. Lightly over top. Okay, bits cleaned off. And now basically we're just gonna lay that right down the center. Shake it in there. All right, so again, to stay consistent, like we have here on our spec sheet, I'm gonna use the same color to outline. You could change the colors if you liked, but I think this is just gonna give sort of a more balanced look. Tie everything together, but sometimes it's fun to have everything stand on its own too. Depends on the look you're going for. And there's our cute little outline. Now these don't perfectly fit on the bases, which is actually kind of fun. You don't have to line them up exactly right. Gives you a little bit more freedom. All right. 2 down. How cute are those? I love the background on this one too. This marbling gives a nice, I don't know, little mottled background. It's fun to have something a little extra too though. I love that whole layering up the looks and giving depth to the mani. Okay, let's clean up this plate a little bit here. Successfully gotten it pretty covered with gorgeous colors. Okay, so let's grab our clear spec sheet again. I find it really helps when you're trying to plan. So what else have we got on here? Oh, I love these little tulips. Let's play with those. That's gonna bring some green in too, which I love. Okay, so tulips and a bird maybe. Or maybe even on this one, just the tulips. Sometimes less is more. I also really like these little fun little flowers. But yeah, let's go tulips. And where do we want them? Down? Hold on, where's this guy? Down kind of towards the tip? Or do we want to go up towards the cuticle? Ooh, this would be super cute at the cuticle. I like that. Okay, so let's go down here with those. That guy out of the way. Now let's find our tulips that we're looking for. Where are you, tulips? Oh, here we go. Okay, so we've got, what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3. Okay, because they have 2 colors, yes. Okay, so we've got a larger, that goes inside for color, and then we have our leaves. Yes, okay. So what do we want to start with? Let's start with our flowers. Actually, you know what? Okay. So this is a perfect example of one that you're trying to line up the leaves and the petals and make sure that everything lines up when you come with your outline. So a little trick if you want to, you can start with, let's start with 34. And we're gonna do these first. So it's just basically, I'm picking something that's very similar to my background, just to be a guide. So it doesn't have to be perfect, even though that ended up being a pretty perfect lift. All right, so oh, we're gonna have to turn. So I'm gonna turn my plate a little bit so that I can come straight over here. Okay, so those are now gonna act as our guide for where our flowers and our petals go. And color-wise, I'm gonna go with the same we used for our dragonfly. No, yeah, dragonfly. Butterfly, dragonfly, dragonfly. Okay, that's number 97. I'm trying to scrape it so I don't get it into the other images and then I don't have to clean them up before I come and do this again. Okay, so now if we move this in the light, you can see right where those flowers are going to be. And you can get that in the right spot. Let's go ahead and do the leaves right away and then we'll do the center after. This is number 87. Okay. And then we will get those in place and then we'll do our center. Sorry, I'm being distracted here by the girls again. Oh, they're having fun down there packing all your orders. Okay, so line those up best you can. Oh, I really love the green with that teal. So pretty. Green just adds to it. Okay, and we're gonna use number 69 again to do our little centers for those flowers. Now you don't have to do the centers for the flowers. If you like it just the way it is and you wanna just go ahead and do the outline, go for it. You don't have to layer all the layers all the time. That looks good about there. And again, there's really no wrong way to do it. It does give them a little bit more dimension. And again, I'm going to stay with our same outline color, but remember that you used the white in there, so we need to clean that up. Get all the dried polish out of there, and then make sure you get all of the plate cleaner also dried and gone, because if you picture that, there's a tiny little bit of plate cleaner that's pooling in there, still wet, and you come with your nail polish and put it in there, it's going to change it a little bit. It's going to mix together, and you might not get a good lift, or you might not get it to transfer. Either way, just make sure it's clean for best results. Okay, that one, my nail got in the way of me trying to do my lift. So I didn't hit it perfectly. So let's do that one more time. Okay, number 160. Remember that was our outline color, so. Okay, so I'm going to scrape and lift immediately, because again, these are super fine. There we go. Keep my big long nail out of the way, that helps. Okay, now we're ready to outline these guys. And it doesn't matter that white that's underneath there, it's just gonna add a little bit of shimmer, if nothing else. So you don't have to perfectly put this down over top. Oh, so cute. All right, so let's stack these guys back up again. Cute. You know what? I'm gonna leave that one just the way it is. It does not need a bird or anything extra. All right. Let's, with the thumb, that's gonna be our thumb. Let's do just the outline of the full cover image. You don't have to use the base color if we don't want to. We can just use that as a little bit of texture in behind. Make sure it's dry. Okay, and this is 34 again. In there right away. Okay, and just straight down over top. And that 34, it's got a little tiny bit of shimmer. So it just adds a little sparkle in behind there. Okay, now what do we want to put over top? What have we not done? We have not done a butterfly, so let's get a butterfly on there. And how about this guy? Ooh, that'll be pretty. And the butterfly. Okay, so let's find them on our plate. I need to clean my plate a little bit better. That shimmery has left film everywhere. Okay. I always just keep these to the side after I've cleaned a plate, and then that's what I use to clean off my scraper. Just a little tip there for you. Okay, so we decided to do that pretty little flower. Make sure this is up here. Okay, that's this guy right here. And let's do him pink. These will be green. Okay, and I love this because we can go ahead. You know what, we can actually do this 3 different colors if we want to. There's our flower color. And that was 162. 87 is going to be our leaf color, same as the other ones. And then maybe, let's go a little bit of a shimmer, number 29 on those guys. Now keep moving quickly. You don't want to let those kind of start to dry. It always takes a bit. Scrape it in this direction so that we don't mix these colors, and then we're going to lift right away. And there we've got 3 different colors in one lift. Okay, I'm going to have to use the side of my sticky pad. All right, now I want this guy kind of over, and make sure you leave enough room for that bottom swoop there to come up and be part of it. Press and hold, and there you go. We've got all that down in one scrape. Now we're going to use 160, our outline again. I'm going to scrape that away and lift right away. Perfect. Clean off all the extras. Oop. Stay over there, you. Okay, and line everything up as best we can. I'm aiming right now for the leaves at the bottom, but I'm picturing also those dots at the top to make sure everything kind of rolls together there. Super cute. All right, so now let's get this butterfly in here. And okay, we've done teal for our dragonfly. So what do we want to do for our butterfly? It don't have to be the same. Let's go pinks maybe. But let's bring in our shimmer, the same shimmer we did here. Do we want the mane to be shimmer? Maybe not. Let's have the center be shimmer. And we'll use 162 as the main part of the butterfly. So he's going to match the flower that's on the same nail. Clean up the extra bits. Okay, now are we going to have him going that way? Yeah, let's have him going that way. That works. Go straight in. You can kind of see our little flowers we put below shining through, but I'm not going to worry about that because we're coming with another one here. Our shimmery one, number 29. And that's going to distract from that a little bit. And then our outline will finish that off nicely, I think. A little bit more there. Oh, we need the sticky pad. I always have my sticky pad out of its holder to just easily grab it and use it for stuff like that. Right in the center. Okay, and number 160 is our outline. Makes a great outline color. I really like that. Wine kind of color. Experiment with what you outline things with. I tend to get in a rut and always reach for the same stuff. And there's our butterfly. All right, super cute. Okay, one left to do. What haven't we done? We have not done a bird. So we gotta do a bird. Let's do a bird, and let's do one of these cute little swirly guys. Almost looks like paisley. They pretty much are paisley. Let's do this one down here. This one's really pretty. This guy. So that is that one. Right there. I think, what if we turn him and do that up near the cuticle instead? I like it. Okay, so that means we're gonna turn that plate so that this guy just goes boop, boop, boop. Right at the top. Okay, so there's our base. Let's go, I like the colors that are on the spec sheet. So I'm gonna use 69 as our base color. Clean off all the extra bits. And then go straight on the nail. Just gonna line it up with that cuticle curve there. And then the next color, we'll do number 162, that pink. Or do we want something? Let's bring the shimmery over. We'll use 29, which I believed is named after my child Chloe. So 29, Chloe. Also known as KoKo. Most of you know that. A lot of you know that anyway. Okay, one more little bit there that's not coming off. There we go. Okay, now taking a look here. Yeah, it's just contained within. So I'm going to look at the feathery bits at the top and make sure that they end up within, so that when we outline it, it's all together. Oh, cute. Love these colors. Okay, now we're ready for our outline. It's super delicate, so I'm going to have my scraper right ready to go after I knock over all my polishes. It'll be soft. As I scrape, I'm basically right in behind following with my stamper. And then you get all those beautiful, delicate little lines. It is worth it. So with this, I'm literally just aiming for that pink so that that little guy goes right in the center. And then everything else just kind of falls where it falls. And we get that really cool little paisley. Let's take a look, see if it's, I think that's gorgeous. I love it. All right, well, that is plate of the month for this month. And let me pick it up so I can see the number again. PMC-58.